Hold on now, what's all this major label talk about? Headlights is Alex G's 9th record and his first for a major label, which commentators are making a rather large deal about vis-a-vis the content of the album. But to me, this is just another Alex G record, and that can only be a good thing. His last record, God Save the Animals, is a comfort album for me, something that I return to whenever I need a pick-me-up that only this low-key indie weirdo can deliver. And Headlights has many of the same quirks of that album, with surprising instrumental twists, prodigious melody writing, and vocal manipulation, both digital and physical. But this LP has a clarity and a relative hi-fi-ness that sets it apart from Alex's previous work. It's pretty obvious even from the first few notes. We open Dune Guitar with a clear-eyed acoustic passage as well as that late 80s synth pad that I love, with no effects or production to muddy the waters in any way. But very soon we're in familiar territory as pitch-shifted vocals materialize under Alex's remarkably honest sounding lyrics, and there is a swell of what sounds like it could be a melodica. And if that wasn't enough, Dune Guitar is followed up by Real Thing, on which we're treated to a panpipe riff that comes out of absolutely nowhere to pull right at your ribcage. Meanwhile, Alex toys with old western movie sounds and swirling vaporous backing vocals on Beam Me Up, one of two excellent songs I've heard this year that use the idea of American football players as an allegory for something deeper. And there seems to be some experimentation with movie musical tropes on tracks like Far and Wide and Is It Still You in there. The former sees Alex deliver a wide-eyed vocal performance that call to mind lovable underdog characters shrugging and accepting their fate when the jock gets the girl at the end of the film, while the latter evokes our protagonist walking the streets in the rain as the soundtrack brings us to the closing credits. In between those two is the title track, which picks up on the heavier, more turbulent palettes of earlier tracks like Spinning and Louisiana. Headlights, by the way, is just weirdly structured like that. It takes these huge leaps of genre and tone only to go right back on the next track, keeping us right on our toes as Alex G is wont to do. But back to that title track, it really encapsulates an awful lot of what this album is about, looking back at your accomplishments and failures and wondering what the hell you're supposed to do next. Which I guess is part and parcel of moving from the indie world to major label artistry. So hey, maybe that move is a big deal for the record. The big deal for me though is the song Afterlife, which is utterly captivating in every conceivable way. From the gorgeous mandolin chords to the lyrics full of reminiscences on teenage relationships to the synth playing out under that blissed out refrain. It's absolutely one of my songs of the year and truly the jewel in the crown of this absolutely lovely album. Don't skip it.